Think we're live. Here we go. Lunch with Baum. What's happening? Drop me a thumbs up. Tell me where you're coming from. I got the double going again. I think I got it figured out. Little lunch with Baum. Too fit, won't quit is the topic of the day. Let this run for a second, and it looks like we got things going. Got the girls' artwork in the back, rocking it here. You know, a great morning. Rolled in. I love cliche sayings. You know, they're always so dumb, but they're always right. So I'm in the gym this morning and getting a little rollout session, getting ready to warm up. Definitely wasn't feeling it, and one of my gals, Susie, comes rolling in, rocking this white tank top. Said, "Too fit, won't quit." And I didn't really pick up on it at first, and then I saw one of the other gals. I'm like, "Oh, check it out, twinsies!" And then I'm like, "No way, triplets!" Crazy thing. How many were there? 7 of the gals were in this morning. All seven wearing the same white tank top. Said, "Too fit, won't quit." You had to jump over to my check out on my page. I posted MVP page with Instagram and Facebook, and you can check out. They're all rocked it out. But I love those sayings because too fit, won't quit. You know, so many people they make excuses why they can't start or why they quit, just because it gets hard. The grind is hard sometimes. You know, I talked the other day, and I've been saying, gosh, so much. A goal without a plan is just a wish. You got to write stuff down. You know, I get fired up about it because people make excuses and they quit before they ever get there. You know, and it's like, well, the people that get there, the gals that were rocking it this morning, they're too fit to quit. Like, they're not gonna quit because they know what it took them to get there. You know, so you got to have that support system. I love. You know, and I said it yesterday, you know, it doesn't matter, you know, what exercise routine, what company, what gym you go to. You know, one of the things, you know, in a lot of businesses, you know, we have kind of take Starbucks mentality, right? The third place, right? You got your home, you got your work, and you got one other place. You know, a lot of folks, they show up at my place. You know, they come to MVP because it's a connection. You know, people like everybody's funny about like what they like. You know, some people like Starbucks, some people don't like Starbucks, go to Dutch Bros. You know, some people don't like Dutch Bros, go to BlackRock. You know, or other people, they just hop around. The problem is the folks that hop around, it's like I talked about yesterday. You know, folks can't make progress because the best program or the best whatever is the one that they're not on, and they're always skipping and hopping, and that's why things don't ever work, because they can't make it nothing sustainable. Let's see. What's going on? We got the I got the double going here again today. Let's see. Dan, what's up? Saw a girl wearing, said spiritual gangster. All right. Well, I guess you can interpret that in a lot of different ways. You know, but hey, I wanted to kind of just share a couple of ideas, and actually 5 of them. You know, just things that you can take away from getting in the weight room. You know, I think one of the biggest things is, you know, you got to put the work in. You got to be willing to put the work in. You know, you can wish for a goal, or you can actually write that thing down and, you know, make it happen. I always tell folks, you get out of it what you put into it. If you put in 50%, you're going to get out 50%. You know, there's when the longer you do it, you know, just give your best each day. You know, sometimes it's not. I showed up this morning and I knew it was a lower body day. Boy, I tell you what, I was not feeling it. But, you know, the gal showed up. Too fit, won't quit. I posted this picture a while back about, the caption said something like, I thought about quitting, but I remembered who was watching. You know, so not only do I go and I motivate and I inspire people and try to like breathe life into them, my clients do that to me too. My students at school, they do that to me too all the time. You know, I'm just as inspired by them and motivated by them. Like this morning, rolled in and I was like, man, I wasn't feeling it, but you know what? Ended up getting it done and actually put up some pretty good numbers too. Felt pretty good about that. You know, when I probably would have shut it down for the day. So strength in numbers, but the work ethic, you're going to experience a lot. I was talking to some of my athletes yesterday about you're going to experience adversity in your workout even before you ever get on the field because it gets tough. Actually, one of my boys, Big Z, he was in this morning, 5:30 a.m., going in as a high school freshman, and he shows up at 5:30 a.m. because he missed his workout yesterday. He comes in. There's not many high school freshmen that show up at 5:30 a.m. grinding it out, making sure they get their workout in, but there it is exactly, discipline, in adversity. He's going to experience a lot already even before he ever steps on the field. So I was pretty excited about that. But work ethic, man, you got to put the work in and not be making excuses. Like I said earlier, people make too many excuses, and we're too fit to quit. You got to keep going, keep grinding, right? I think one of the other things, I mentioned it a second ago, was just that connection, those people that push you, the camaraderie, it makes it easier to work. It makes it easier to push through that adversity. The other thing is accountability. When people are going to be there, it's easier to show up. You could hit the snooze. I mean, how many times, drop it down below, said, I drop it down below if you've just hit the snooze and didn't get your work done. Who's done it? Everybody's done it, right? If you let the mind quit, the body's going to quit, So don't let it happen, So you got to put the work in. You got to be able to push through adversity. You got to have that support net. The camaraderie that you have, they're going to help you get through your workout. The accountability. One of my favorite sayings. I stole it from a lot of guys, but I read a lot of Dan John stuff, and it's just like, can you go? When things get tough, I have it written. I wrote this one before on my computer at school. And it's just in capital letters in big black Sharpie. It just says, can you go? You can make excuses about why you can't or why you quit, and it's like the answer is yes. Can you go? It's yes or no, black or white. You either choose to do it or you choose not to do it. I choose to do it. A lot of folks choose to do it. A lot of folks choose not to do it. Like I was talking about the goal setting the other day, only 3% of the population actually write their goals down. So write those stinking goals down and then go attack it. Like I said, you get out of it what you put into it. So if you want the pot of gold, you got to be able to work for it. Go get it. All right. And the last thing, kind of my thought is just, it's that discipline. The discipline of keeping the goal. You got the goal, you wrote it down, you get into it, you're grinding it out. My thing is, you've got to have a plan long enough to allow the results to present themselves. Too many times people, they jump into something and then they're done. Next week they jump into something different. Shoot, they don't even make it 6 weeks, So you got to have something. I like the 12 to 16 week mark because you give whatever the plan is, you give that plan an opportunity to work, And then after that, then go back and reevaluate your goals so that, you can maybe things didn't work exactly how you wanted them. Maybe there are a few barriers or roadblocks in the road that you weren't ready for, and you didn't have a plan in place. So you got to have your plan, but then you also have to have a plan in place where you're going to, or adjustments that you have to make when roadblocks come up. Make adjustments as you go, but you got to have a plan long enough to let the results present themselves. Too many times people just they hop all over the place and then doesn't ever work. So let me see. I've been on a roll for a second. Who's on here? Hey Mac, what's happening, my man? Is the summer ball wrapping up, or are you guys still grinding it out? The girls are winding down their softball season. Pretty good stuff. Anyway, lunch with Baum. Too fit, won't quit. If you just jumped on, I mentioned the ladies all rolled in this morning with all matching tank top. White tank top says too fit, won't quit. And like I said, too many people, they make excuses. They have 100 different excuses why they can't start or why they quit. They're always quick to bring something up, why it didn't work out. All right. And it's like that one, everybody's seen that little picture, right, of the guy like digging. He's digging. And then there's a picture of him turning around and walking the other way. And then another guy that's still going, and there's diamonds on the other end. And he's like just going. He's like, if you just go one more whack. You know, it's that mentality like of keep going. You know, one of my big things lately is I've been talking to my kids about like, you got to grind it out. You got to push. You got to keep going, you know, and the line that you gotta have is what's next, coach. Like, I'm towing the line. I'm putting the work in, you know. And what's next, coach? That's the comment that I want to hear from my guys in the weight room, because the things that I talked about, you got to put the work in, work ethic. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. It's going to get hard, but how are you going to handle adversity? You know, that whole fear. You know, you could forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. I want the guys to rise up, toe the line. What's next, coach? Because you have the camaraderie. You got the guys with you. You know, you're going to become the average of the 5 that you hang around the most. So you might as well get winners around you and, you know, put a accountability group together so you guys can do it together. And then, you know, because they're your accountability, that's the 4th thing. And then the discipline to keep it going. Too fit won't quit. You know, if you don't have those things in place, it's so easy to get off track because life's crazy. We got 3 girls. We got, let's see, what do we got today? We got one's babysitting. One is at dance camp. The other one is off getting ready project for her county fair coming up. You know, we got softball later this evening. You got, you know, moms all over the place too. It's crazy. So, you know, you got to have those things in place. You got to have the plans in place. But follow those 5 things. Man, if you need motivation, whether it's with your nutrition, whether it's your workouts, message me. Drop it down below. Don't wait. Don't wait. I want you to be too fit, won't quit. You know, don't be the shoulda, coulda, woulda, and then never did it. You know, don't have time, don't have the money, don't have whatever. You know, whatever never happens. You know, do it today. Do it today. You need help. Maybe it's just a phone call to kind of boost you up. All right? Give me a call. Shoot me a text. Love to chat with you. Lunch with Baum. Too fit, won't quit. David C., thanks for firing me up, man. I'm back. We'll keep these things going. All right? Maybe we'll even do one from a beach here in a week. All right? You guys have a rocking day. Talk soon.